Good evening. It's a cold, wintry, wet night here in Hobart, and I am just waiting for this fire that looks like it's raging to actually get really stable so I can go and start thinking about dinner. And I thought while I'm waiting, I might jump in and talk to you about Like a Boss, which is a program that I have run since 2018, I think was the first time I ran this program. So if you've not met me before, I am Tess Crawley. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist and practice owner. I've been a psychologist for nearly 25 years. Can you believe that? And running my practice for about 20 years. And I've been a business coach to private practice owners for 6 or 7 years, I'd say. And Like a Boss is my most intensive support offering. So what that means is it's a real wraparound program where we get lots and lots and lots of work done on the things that you're trying to achieve in the business, but oftentimes it's also that intensive that support that you need as an individual person running a business. So it's a program that's been on hiatus for the last year, I would say. The reason for that was in 2022, I had some health issues that meant I had to really pull the handbrake on all of my group coaching commitments because I do see them as a commitment and an ongoing commitment. And I had to pull the handbrake on that. 2023, my family and I relocated back to sunny Hobart. It is actually sunny and just cold. And now in 2024, I've been in a position to return to group coaching. And this year I've run No Quarter, which I finished my No Quarter program with my group practice owners today. And it's always sad finishing up a program because I'm always so excited to see what they're going to achieve. And, I watch from a distance on social media to see what they're achieving when they're finished. I've also launched a program specifically for solo practice owners this year, which I'm super duper proud of. I put so much thought into that program in terms of recognizing the specific challenges that solo practitioners face in terms of time and money. So solo practice owners have told me for years and years and years that they really, really, really would love some private practice coaching, but they struggle to find the time because time away from clients is a dropped phone. Time away from clients is a dropped phone. Time away from clients is money, right? It costs money. You lose money when you're not with your clients. So that program is called Solo Practice Superstars and is live and running now and is very, very exciting. Like a Boss is something else. It's like a next level thing. It's like a, supercharged group practice or group coaching program. And I limit that to about 6 people. And usually, but not exclusively, usually they are group practice owners. Every now and then a solo practice owner will sign up for that program and get a really supercharged experience. And sometimes a group practice owner or a solo practice owner will jump in not so much to build their clinical practice, but to build a personal brand. So they've got something else that they want to be working on. And I've had members of Like a Boss before who have built really successful speaking careers on top of their clinical practice work. So what you work on in Like a Boss is very much up to you. And what I bring to the table for that program is, of course, my expertise and experience as a practice owner, a business coach and a psychologist. Having worked with hundreds now of practice owners, private practitioners over the years in various ways, there's that background, but also having, my own practice and the ups and downs of practice ownership. So most struggles that practice owners face, I have faced in the distant past or in the recent past or currently, depending on what the issue is, because I'm not immune from business challenges. None of us is immune from business challenges. But it's not just my experience. I also bring into the Like a Boss team, I also bring my team, my support team. So my marketing coordinator is really closely involved with the members of Like a Boss. My business manager is closely involved with members of Like a Boss, depending on what their needs are. Even my accountant gets a look in for financial Q&As from time to time. So Like a Boss is a program that is very, very bespoke to what your needs are. It involves group coaching, it involves individual coaching as well, and access to all of my team, access to all of my products and resources, but also a retreat, a very luxurious Hobart retreat. So the program runs for 6 months. It used to be a 12-month program. And the reason I changed it down to a 6-month program is just in recognition of people's uncertainties about the current financial climate. So it's a 6-month program, and then beyond that 6-month commitment, it's then a rolling month-by-month membership if you still would like to be a member beyond 6 months. In the past, most people who signed on for Like a Boss ended up staying for a second year. So the program really does nurture and support whatever it is you're growing into in your professional business and speaking or other personal brand kind of life. And speaking of financial climate, I guess one of the reasons why I really encourage people to be looking at business coaching, doesn't matter if it's not with me, but in times like this where we're seeing across the board a lot of challenges in business, so increased expenses, increased salary competition, decreasing referrals in a lot of areas, clients less able to afford services in a lot of areas. So this isn't the time to pull back from support. This is the time to drill into whatever resources that you have at your disposal that help you get strategic in response to the current situation. So for me, that means a lot more time spent with my accountant. So my accountant is kind of like a business coach for me. So I spend a lot of time with him. And for my clients, that means, drilling down into the supports I offer. One of the key things that I've been hearing over the last couple of weeks is the sigh of relief, the collective sigh of relief when clients of mine, business coaching clients of mine, hear that, I'm hearing stories similar to theirs in terms of business struggles at the moment. So there is a tendency to kind of internalize when things are difficult in business. We tend to internalize that and say, wow, I'm really sucking. What am I doing wrong? Why am I no good at this? I should know what I'm doing by now. When in actual fact, oftentimes we find, hey, Lizzie, oftentimes, we find that it's a sign of the climate, not a sign of your competence as a business owner. So Like a Boss is, like I said, a very small group program, only 6 people. There's only 6 spots. One of those is already taken, so there's only 5 spots left. I have a number of past Like a Boss graduates currently having a think about whether they are going to sign on again, so I can't guarantee that those 5 spots will last for much longer. The process is, there's a link that I've attached to this video, but also you can look at my website and you express your interest. So you need to apply to be a member of Like a Boss. It's not like my other programs where you just sort of sign on and Bob's your uncle. You have to apply. And then the next step beyond that is I send you some paperwork to have a look at, because there's a commitment involved. So you need to really have a think and make sure that you want to be part of the program, you want to commit to the program. And I take the commitment really seriously, because you're not just committing to me, you're committing to the other members of the group. And so the group is making a commitment to supporting each other for the next 6 months. And that level of support, that level of close work, shared vulnerability, shared growth, that leads to some really incredible friendships that I've just seen blossom over the years, and friendships that have included me, which is really sweet too. So there are people that I have just the most lovely relationships with through having worked closely with them as a business coach. Then you start making your payments straight away. So it's a weekly payment, and the investment is, or the cost, let's just call it that. The cost is $750 a week, and it's 6 months worth of payments. So obviously you start paying up straight away to secure your place, and it's the same number of payments whether you start this week or whether you start in a month's time. So everyone's paying. I can't divide, what is it, 6 months of 20, is it 26 payments, 24 payments? I don't know, I'm too tired to do that sum. Anyway, it's the same number of payments. So some people will finish paying before others depending on when they signed up. That's what I'm trying to say. Once we've received your first payment, then we lock you into a one-to-one needs assessment session with me. So that's where you and I'll spend some time together figuring out what's going on in your practice, what your first port of call might be for some strategies to move forward even before the program starts. So I get you rolling straight away. And if I think there are some other resources of mine that will help you get started, then I share those with you as well. The group coaching starts Tuesday afternoon on the 2nd of July. I think it's 2 till 3:30 Melbourne time. Sorry, I'm doing this off the top of my head. 2 till 3:30 on Melbourne time. And we spend 1 week on an alternating basis. 1 week is what we call a hot seat, which is where you tell us how you're progressing against the goals you set the previous fortnight, and we sort of hold you accountable to that, and we brainstorm any barriers to progress. We share ideas on what might help you move forward. And then the alternate week is what we call an implementation session. So each week we're setting goals and making progress together towards those goals, either in a hot seat talking session or in an implementation session where we're doing stuff together. Then I also, at that first one-to-one session, I then book in your monthly one-to-one sessions with me, so you know exactly when they're going to happen. We also have what we call personal valet service, which is you and I will have a look at your great big long to-do list, and we'll carve out some things for my team to do for you. What that means is taking some things off your plate, and that can be whatever you need it to be. I've had past Like a Boss clients where my team have helped them find a new hairdresser that meets their specific needs in their community. I've had someone get help finding a laundry service in their community. I've had others where my team has worked with them to develop a suite of templates for their social media. I've had others where we've trialed answering their phones for them. There's so many things that we can do to assist you in your progress through Like a Boss. And the overarching goal isn't to do for you. It's actually is what you learn out of having certain things done for you. So what you learn about delegating, what you learn about outsourcing the things that you really should be outsourcing, and what you learn about trusting that it's okay to hand things over to somebody. A lot of the times we don't delegate because we can't trust that things will be done correctly or done well enough. So Like a Boss teaches you a lot of things on a mindset level, as well as teaching you practical things about running your business. So trying to think, we also behind the scenes look at what are the needs of the individual people in the group. So we really do tailor. I say we because my assistant Jess is heavily involved in supporting me to support you through this program. And so we have a look at who's in the group and what their individual needs are. And then we sort of look at tailoring some of the content of the program to specifically support the needs of the individual group members. So that might be finding guest speakers that can teach us something specific. So whether it's financial Q&A with my accountant, or whether it's legal Q&A, or whether it's operational Q&A, or whether it's something to do with practice management software. whatever the need might be, I'll source the person to teach us all how to address that need. So they're like mini workshops that we run throughout the course of the 6 months. And then the pièce de résistance is the retreat. So during the 6-month program, towards the end of that program, we'll all come together here in lovely, sunny, warm, wintry Hobart. I promise it's sunny outside during the day. It's cold at night, but it's beautiful during the day. So we hold a retreat where we spend a couple of days together, and we really sort of drill into heading towards the end of the 6-month program. We really drill into building a springboard that's going to launch you out beyond the 6-month program into the next level of your business, whatever that might be. And then as the 6 months comes to a close, then it's very much up to you to decide whether you want to continue on, on a month-by-month basis, which would then mean there's no lock-in contract. It's just a month-by-month. So your first commitment of 6 months then would roll over into just a month-by-month arrangement, or whether you're good to go. So I would love it if anyone who's done my Like a Boss program feels the need to comment on this video. I have had my Like a Boss members tell me time and time again that I really should be shouting out more to them, because they loved the program so much and they love the relationships that they've built through this program so much. What I will say to you is my business coaching style, there are so many more business coaches around now compared to when I started out. There are business coaches that focus very much on the operations and practical how-to-dos of business coaching. I do cover those things, of course I do, but my focus has always been very much on burnout prevention and isolation reduction for business owners. So everything we do has a practical component, but with the overarching goal of helping you feel more connected, helping you to manage your time better so that your balance in your life feels a bit more manageable, and helping you identify others that you can talk to. Because I mean, how hard is it to find someone that you can be honest with, right? We don't like, those of us in the mental health professions, unrelenting standards, hands up if you're guilty, and so we criticize ourselves harshly, and then we're terrified of looking fallible. And I think we're getting a little bit better at that as a whole, as a community, but it's still there, let's be honest. So having this little club of people that you feel intensely safe to be vulnerable with is such a gift, and it's not a gift from me, that's a gift from the other group members. So that is what Like a Boss is all about. It is about building you up, and whatever your goals are within the program, like, they will get achieved, but more so you personally will grow into that boss mindset. Even if you're a solo practitioner, you still need to treat your business like a boss. You still need to think like a business owner. You still need to have that CEO mindset that I've taught about. I have this program, speaking of programs, all of those programs that I've taught before, like CEO mindset and nurture, which is all about recruitment and retention of staff, Medicare training. There's so many programs that I have on my website. You get free access to all of those. And you actually kind of have me in your back pocket while you're a member of the program. Like, you can Voxer me or message me pretty much any time. Like, that's how relaxed the relationship becomes between us, is that we really support each other really quite closely. And that includes sharing each other's wins as well as sharing each other's vulnerabilities. So that's Like a Boss. It is open for new registrations. There's only 5 available, and they will go. And we're starting on the 2nd of July, with or without you. I'd really love it if it was with you. So I've attached the link to this video, but it's also on my website, tesscrawley.com.au. Now the fire has settled into itself and is glowing nicely, so it's time for me to go cook my dinner. I hope you have a fabulous evening, and stay warm. Winter is nearly here, so stay warm, stay well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.